I quit reselling yesterday officially after saying I was going to quit over and over for the last 8 years. Not because it didn't make me good money, but it was stifling my creativity, I should say. It was great. I highly recommend anybody who needs to make some extra money, make it full time. You can make a ton. I made over, I don't even know, I didn't look at the numbers, but several $100,000 in the last 8 years only doing it part-time. I probably would say, because I never checked my hours, on average out of the entire 8 years, I would say I probably averaged out about 15 to 20 hours a week. That is for a variation of reasons, not because I'm a sole parent and have always been a sole parent, but I have anxiety extremely bad. I have ADHD that I was just actually diagnosed with just over a year ago after going through lots of tests and not even thinking that's something I had, but I do have it. And it's been eye-opening. I'm getting older and I want to change what I do. I have been working on other things as of recently in the last couple of months. So financially, I will be fine. And I'll talk about those things that I've changed into when I get really, really good at it and start making a good enough amount of money that I feel I can speak upon it. But I definitely want to do this video for people like me that are single parents, maybe have different chronic illnesses, or just want to do something where you're not bogged down to a cubicle. I worked in a cubicle for Amtrak. That was my first full-time job for 12 years, and it was one of the best jobs I had in terms of stability. It was easy. It was my first job when I turned 21 full-time, because I did have a job before that part-time at, if you guys ever remember, if any young people are watching, you won't remember, but Warehouse Records and Tapes. I had a blast at that job. Oh my God, I worked there probably about 2 years. I still have a best friend from that job, but that I started, I think, 18 and worked there until I was about 20. So anyway, I worked at Amtrak for about 12 years, loved it. But then I had kids. I have 2 sons, and life happened. So that's for another day, those stories. But I got into reselling because I started selling things for my house. I think it was probably about 2015, 2016. I started just for fun. I had stuff in the house. Poshmark started popping up, and I had stuff around the house. So this is something for you guys to keep in mind of. If you have things around the house and you want to start this as a career possibility, reselling, start selling things out of your house that you don't wear anymore. Most women, we have things with tags on it in the house, or not tags, because it doesn't need to be new. Home items, electronics, just start doing that and see how that goes for you. It's so easy to post, and I can always do another video on that on all these different platforms: Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, the list goes on now, and I've posted on pretty much all of them at one point. But anyway, definitely highly recommend doing that, starting off by just selling things around your house. So I started doing that about 2015, 2016, around there. And for various reasons, which I'll talk about in another reason, I had to stop the job I was doing previous to that, which was working at Viking Cruises, which I absolutely hated more than anything. Not that it's not a good job for some, but being in a cubicle is just not for me. Having people monitor me, just not for me, and never has been and never will be. And I will never I will sell oranges. I will strip before I do that ever again. So anyway, I've been reselling because I started selling things around the house. Noticed I was doing pretty well with it, and then life happened. Some dramatic things really happened that threw me off, and I had to make it full time. And thank God it was something that I became really, really good at. I mean, really good at. I mean, literally, I paid for everything, and I live in Los Angeles, which is not cheap. I used to live in Calabasas, which is not cheap, with 2 sons as a sole parent, getting nothing, by myself from working part-time. I was making a good buttload of money, and then, of course, that time happened for all of us, where we all had to stop working for those couple of years, and I couldn't buy things to resell because they closed everything down. I don't remember how long that lasted where I couldn't purchase things. So that was a little bump of the road, and then I started reselling again. Reselling has never been the same though since after the COVID time, at least for me, because the structure changed. So you have to get used to the structures. Trends constantly change every 3 months. You have to keep up with things. You have to always look things up. You don't want to just guess. Now there are so few people out there that can just look at an item, or they're so good at trends or fashion, that wasn't me, that they can resell without doing as much research. But I had to research everything. A lot of times I didn't research it, which I should have. So that's another tip. Always research. And I can do a video on how you research and sell, look for sell-through rate, etc., blah, blah, blah. But I highly recommend this for anybody who is struggling, lost their job, or doesn't want to get another cubicle job, likes to research, likes to thrift, because you do need to like to thrift. And I went to Goodwill bins most of the time, and you have to be able to dig and not worry about getting your hands dirty per se. You can wear gloves, but I rarely wear gloves because I could feel cashmere, or I could tell you what a fabric is now pretty much by looking at it or touching it, what it's made of, the blend and everything. I got really good. Oh, I'm supposed to be putting on makeup, which I don't think you guys care, but I know if you keep moving, that's supposed to be good in a video. Anyway, so yes, I highly recommend you doing it. I quit because I've been doing it, as I mentioned, about 8 years, and I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it for me. I want to try other things. I have been trying other things. I live in an apartment that doesn't have a lot of storage, so I've had up to 1,000 items in my apartment, and I am a Virgo. I like to declutter. I don't like a lot of stuff. Amazingly how I've lasted this long, because I hate stuff all around. I'm a minimalist, or I try to be all the time, because I just don't like stuff. If I could live in a hotel, I probably would. I only have about 3 minutes left, so I better pick this up. I'm definitely not going to get this face done in 3 minutes. But I can definitely do other videos if you'd like on reselling and tips on that. But my tip is just get started. Just start throwing things on. There's no fees to start on Poshmark. And I think Depop and Mercari, they take the fees out after you sell the item. So just get started. Start with stuff around your house. You can get shipping supplies for so cheap now. You can get free shipping supplies for Poshmark. I've had my printer literally for about 15 years. It's still working, and I've literally probably printed on that printer, which is a Brothers, probably about 50,000 labels. I'm just loosely saying that now, but it's pretty close, because I used to have a job where I had to print before. Anyway, that being said, get started. I'll do more videos. I don't know how much information or how much you've gotten from this quick 10-minute video, but I loved it. It served its purpose for a lot of things for me. It's just time to move on. But for anyone that is struggling, lost their job, hates a cubicle, just wants to try something new, and I love it in a lot of ways. There's a lot of work to it. Picture taking, cleaning, steaming, fixing things, shipping, customer service. There is a lot of moving parts, so it's not easy per se, but for me it was much easier and much more conducive to my personality than sitting behind a cubicle. You make up your own hours. You can decide one day I'm gonna work sunset to sunrise to sunset. I'm talking fast now because I see the time running out. Or I can work an hour a day. There were days I didn't work for a week, and I would still be making money. Again, part-time. I made tons of money. I wasn't good at the beginning. I can still tell you and think about the day I first started looking for things. I still remember that story vividly, where I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But I definitely learned. So if you have questions or you have comments about what you think, well, I didn't know makeup, you have questions on if you're thinking about doing this, don't hesitate to ask. Or if you want me to do a video on a more thorough review of certain things, please let me know. This is not something I'm going to continue to do, obviously, because unless people keep asking, because it's not something I'm not going to continue doing this. I probably will start talking about other things that I've gotten into, but highly recommend. Loved it. It served its purpose for 8 years. Just time for me to move on. Thanks for watching this. I'll talk to you guys soon.